So Infinite Up is currently building AI agents for businesses. For every business, it's bespoke because it's modeled off of their org chart. And this is something that, if you have an org chart, you can have an AI agent network built on top of it. So let's give a practical example. Let's say that I'm a director of marketing at a business selling widgets, and uh, that on my mind, I'm worried about the upcoming holiday season and making sure that we're successful. So how it would work is I would come in to the office, and as a daily ritual, I'm interviewed by my own digital twin AI. This digital twin is interviewing me every day, knows who I am, knows about our business. All this information is stored. It's my buddy, and it's going to ask a series of quantitative questions like, just calculating scores, and qualitative questions that are relevant based off of our past conversations. And included in here would be like questions like, what are you hoping to achieve today? What are your goals? What are your concerns? Things like this. And over the course, I would say something like, well, I'm a bit worried about this holiday season, making sure that we do our best job. My digital twin will score all of this and then pass these scores over to the COO AI. On the other side, every single AI in the company at a regular frequency, which say, for example, could be once per day, it just runs. And as it runs, it has things like, access to the internet, so it can search things that are relevant to the company, so it stays up to date to the day. It can be querying and talking with other AIs that it's been conversing with. It can be getting feedback from, higher up in the org chart. For example, it might be hearing things of what the CEO is concerned by. And then every sub AI and every AI in the organization also has a score assigned with it. All of these scores get assigned then to this COO AI, which is like the lines of the org chart. And for any time a score is below a certain threshold on any side, the COO AI dynamically creates a conversation between itself, um, bringing the digital twin of who's relevant, and add other digital twins or sub AIs together so that in the cloud, these AIs begin talking to each other. So now, let's say myself as the director of marketing, my digital twin will be paired by the COO AI to, let's say, the sales strategy AI, and we'll say that there's concerns from the director of marketing that we're going to be missing out on the opportunity of the holiday sales. Those AIs will start talking back and forth between each other, creating a plan where they're able to uh, basically address my concerns as director of marketing. And they'll stay at this until they both give it a score saying that it's above a certain threshold, that it should meet my expectations. Then the COO AI will take that, pass it to my digital twin, and then myself, as the director of marketing, will receive like a briefing, which is we're actually modeling off of like the presidential's daily briefing, where all this relevant information gets brought together, almost like in a newspaper format. And in the newspaper format, there's going to be many things like, risks, concerns, what else is going on in the company. But a piece of it, one of the sections will be strategy for making the most of this holiday season. And I'll be able to see the summary of it in my briefing. I'll be able to click it and read the full report. And then I'll also be able to jump into the conversation with the AIs that created it to finesse. So that what I'm getting is, off of that single comment, I'm a bit worried about the holiday season. I get an entire strategy action plan that is already created, defined, iterated on, brought to my attention in like real time, and I'm off to the races. This is an example of how working with AI is not about being autonomous, like the AI is
Yep.
off in a corner doing itself, but rather it's symbiotic, it's my partner. And I feel like AI, when it's working well, what it should be doing is it should be making you, as the human being, be able to do work faster at a higher quality. And if you're doing
Yep.
both those things, I think it shows AI working correctly. And I think that's an exact example of how these agents would aid me to be working faster at a higher quality.